Hey boomers, it's Christmas night 2026, and today I took a little walk, kind of a Christmas tradition, up Shaw Butte here in Phoenix, Arizona. It's to see the Christmas tree. It's just kind of become a special thing to do on Christmas Day, and I've done it over the last 15 years many times. Matter of fact, the only times I haven't done it was when I wasn't living in Phoenix, and then I forgot, I think a year or two. Anyway, I'm going to take you on that hike today, a little walk, and talk about some different things, about Christmas traditions. What did you do today? But anyway, here comes that walk and kind of a few things, what it means to me. And it was a wintry day in Phoenix, Arizona. I will say that. Rockstar parking. There's the trail. We're going to go up, around there, go steep, around to the Christmas tree. Okay, this video is going to be recording a Christmas Eve or Christmas Day tradition. I haven't done it every single year. Matter of fact, a couple years I forgot about it. So I'm not so certain it's that big of a tradition, but it's Christmas Day here in the valley. I'm using my Meta AI glasses for some of this. I used to walk or take this hike at Shaw Butte. Those of you who live in the valley know it well. Super popular. Again, it's Christmas morning. You'd think no one would be here, but a lot of people will be here. And I haven't done this in over a year. Oh, I guess it would have been last year. Got to take it slow. Good morning. You're going too fast. As you can see, I will pass no one today. So here's the first leg, as I'll call it. And this gets your heart pumping. And there's people here, they do this every day. They run up it. And I don't know if you can tell the steepness of it, but we were down there, but I'm taking my time since this is my activity all in one morning for the year. Anyway, I just talked to a person that didn't have the best of news for what I call the Shaw Butte Christmas tree. Okay. I guess you couldn't ask for more of a Christmassy weather winter day for Phoenix. But it's deceiving. If we just had some of that white stuff and about 40 degrees lower, it would really feel like Christmas. But at least it looks a little bit like Christmas here, which is unusual for this area. I think this is a lot of the moisture that came from California. Thank you, California. This tradition kind of began, I don't know, years ago. I had a big Christmas dinner and I just wanted to get out of the house. I was over at my parents' and my brother's, and so I came over to walk the Shaw Butte Trail up to the top, which is up there. And I came upon this Christmas tree. And I just thought, oh my God, how cool is this? Someone in the community, people in the community, as I found out, would come up every year after Thanksgiving and start leaving ornaments on this tree, as you're about to see. And I just thought it was the coolest thing. And man, there were over the years, been some really like well thought out ones. Many of them were handmade specific for this community tree. One year somebody did a solar project and put it on the very top so it lit up at night. I think though, if you're from a different area, and I've been to Phoenix, I'm totally acclimated, but seeing this weather there's a runner. Seeing this weather just psychologically said, oh good, a cool day, a cold day. Let's put on a sweatshirt and sweats. And oh man, guys, I'm overdressed. I could have easily gotten by with a t-shirt and shorts for sure, because it is mid 60s. Now we hit this. This is a good little steep incline. It goes up and around here, then kind of levels out a little bit, and then right up there is the Christmas tree. It'll be out over that valley. Continues upward and onward. This is a fun, really nice little hike. I'd say one of my favorites. I guess back in the 60s, this was the route, a road to a restaurant that was up over here on the other side of Shaw Butte Mountain. And the famous Moon Valley Community Christmas tree is right up here on the right. What's kind of sad is I was talking to a person that hikes this at least twice a week. And I asked, hey, is the Christmas tree still there? Which normally always is on Christmas. And of course I asked because something told me maybe it isn't. Well, according to this person, there's nothing on it this year. That she said they've, how about that, huh? There, that's my speed. Yeah, that's right, my speed. Downhill. So it's discouraging because for whatever reason, she said they restock it though. So someone comes up here from the city, I guess, takes all the ornaments down. And then someone in the community comes up and restocks it. I've often wondered what happened to all of the ornaments over the years. I've never seen this many bikers on the trail. Anyway, we're about to see. I did bring my daughter up here a few years ago. I wanted to share it with her. And I'm sure if she's watching this video, she will be she'll have she'll appreciate this reminiscing, this tradition. She'll wish she was here. She wishes that the grandkids were here. And someday, Beth, Pete, get up here. We'll have to come up if it's during the holiday and come see the tree. Well, do you see the tree? That's it. And not a thing on it. Really bah humbug. Nothing here. They did. They cleared it the other day, she said. And I doubt they'll restock it because it's Christmas Day. So the season is over. Sad. So I was just talking to someone else and who remembers the tree in past years and how cool it was. And while we were talking, she looks up and finds there's 2 ornaments still left on the tree. I don't know if this was just put here, but how apropos is this one that survived? And then there's one more, if I can find it here. There it is. So another cool thing, and I know my daughter's probably, if she's this far, saying, Dad, aren't you going to talk about the Santa cactus? So in this area somewhere, so the tree's over there, so it was right in here. I tried to find it a few years ago and couldn't really, because someone had either knocked it over or it had died and it was kind of flattened on the ground. I'm thinking it would be in this area. I don't know. It was a cactus like that, like this. And someone every year would come up and put a Santa cap on it and sunglasses. A Santa cap and sunglasses. I should have worn a Santa cap. Anyway, the 2026 Shaw Butte Christmas tree, for whatever reason, on Christmas Day, is just a normal bush tree. Well, I'm glad I came up today and head back down. Look at that sky. I'm glad I did. All right, as I head down, I do want to make this comment, these thoughts today. So, just a few days ago, a YouTuber passed, one I'd never heard of. It's one of the reasons I'm talking about him today, because of the power of documenting your life, your events, your activities. His name is Adam the Woo. And he had almost over 750,000 subscribers at 2 different channels. I've been doing this for 20 some years, I believe. The reason how I found out about this is the outpouring of the community that was just sickened, disheartened, sad. Because they'd never met him, but they would watch him. He's one of those guys, every time he put a video out, that was the first video these people would watch. For whatever reason, I started seeing, in the feed for suggested videos, I started seeing people talking about their shock that Adam the Woo had passed. I didn't pay much attention to it initially, but then I started seeing more and more. And I watched him, and I saw the impact he had with the viewers. Quite obvious to say, he was a good dude, right? He was. So how I know this now is I started watching some of his videos. And there's 2 things I'll say about that. Number one, he was authentic. People related to him because he was just like, what we all are. He was unpretentious, like to the max. The second thing, he would say he was documenting these things for himself. As far as I know, he didn't have a family. But, he liked making these videos, particularly when he traveled, so that he would remember these events and these activities in his life. And he had 20 years of these things documented, which is really cool. Of course, what's powerful is in the last year, he talked about his future and his plans. He had just bought a house for the first time in his life, and he was 51. What occurred to me this morning, while he was saying he was documenting these things for himself and for anyone that might want to watch. Well, while he didn't have kids and grandkids, he did have a family. It was the YouTube family, people all over the world. It's it's the best thing about YouTube is it's a method to share your life, your activities with, number one, your family, but number two, the YouTube family. With that said, that's what this Christmas tradition I'm sharing with you today is, the Shaw Butte Christmas tree, as I've always called it. And I know there's one viewer, it'll be Beth, my daughter, who came up here and actually saw it one year. I wish I could have brought up the other in-laws and the son and all the grandkids. That would be a great time and activity. That's what we call here in the big city the ghetto bird. One of the things that clarifies, I think, as the older you get is, Christmas is such a exciting time for kids, at least on Christmases that, you can afford it. There's kids, there's some random thoughts here, but, I've watched videos of in the Philippines where some of the Filipinas will get a gift for everyone at this local school. And kind of heartbreaking because you find out kids that are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years old have never received a Christmas gift before. And you won't believe the looks on their faces. It's amazing. You talk about if you had a picture to put next to the word grateful in the dictionary, it'd be one of those kids' faces. So I did get for my grandkids, looks like, at least I've heard from one side of it, and looks like they got a trampoline. They were having a blast on that. And we'll do a call here when I'm done and get home. This morning I gave my cats clean litter boxes. Oh, sorry. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
But for older people, we go through stages in life where Christmas Day becomes really different. Sometimes it can be depressing. I know, especially if you're alone, or you guys know what I mean. You also know that I don't know anybody after 40 or 50, maybe even 30, but I don't know anybody that says, oh, I can't wait till Christmas and what am I going to get this year? Maybe that's like the white elephant parties. They're kind of fun, right, where you're getting something that's just for fun. I think it really clarifies. Christmas is a great time. Obviously, if you are a believer in the teachings of Jesus, it's a special time of year. But it's also a time to reflect, really, in terms of his teachings, what it's all about in terms of sacrifice and giving. And the trite platitude, it's more blessed to give than receive. I think after about, for sure, 50, you can really accept that as truth. I guess, what do you do any Christmas traditions? Or do you have any activities at this time of year? Share it in the comments if you do anything special, And my guess is they're probably things that are memory keepers, memory makers, beyond things. All right. Christmas 2026, Phoenix, Arizona, Shaw Butte, the Shaw Butte Christmas tree. If you come and you were ever in town around Christmas, before I'd even buy you coffee, I would take you on a memorable hike in the middle of the 5th largest city in the nation, Phoenix. Merry Christmas, everybody. I want to say a very Merry Christmas to, see if I can do this right this time, Emma, Remy K, Goldie, Julesy, Benny Boy, and Scarly. Merry Christmas, guys. Tell your parents to come visit Pop Pop, and we'll go do this hike together. I promise.